I did something over the last week that completely transformed my body and the way I feel inside of it, and today I'm going to teach you how to do it. Hi guys, welcome to True Alchemy Academy, your YouTube channel for all things ancient wisdom. So, first of all, do you guys like my sweats? I bought them at the Greek farmers market for €4. Four. Look at them. Aren't they cool? And they're soft. €4. Four. No tax. All cash. Okay, so last week it was February 8th to like 12th, right? I can't be the only one that felt all of that energetic energy just come in and be blah, 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 like crazy, right? I can't be the only one who felt that. I know I can't be the only one because some of my friends had issues. Like, actually, literally, like, I talked to 4 friends about this. They all had emotional issues that they had to go through. So, it was a crazy week. So, I'm going to tell you kind of what happened and how we got to this place. I have had like symptoms of a UTI for like a year and a half, okay? I took 4 rounds of antibiotics. We don't know what happened. I was still in a lot of pain. I still had whatever, okay? So I'm thinking, why the hell do I have this for so long? So I look up the meaning of like the spiritual meaning of a long-term UTI. It says that you have to release and let the past go. So I tried that. I was like, I'm letting the past go. I'm letting the past go. Nothing worked. When I tell you, I really thought I let go of things. I didn't realize that I did not. I really thought like, hey, I did it, but it turns out I was wrong. So I've been going on dates. I'm like, oh, I'll go on some dates. So I go on some dates. By the way, big question mark on some of these dates. I learned a lot about what I will accept, what I won't accept, what I want, what I don't want. It was amazing. Which is how I got to this point of actually releasing. So thank God I decided to go on some. So I go on this one date. Nicest guy, like literally such a good human being, so cute, so sweet, so like romantic, such a nice man. Then this week rolls around and all of the energy gets crazy. Suddenly I am so triggered. Like probably like emotionally in the worst space ever. Like right back into everything, I think. Like to the point where I was like, why did I move to Greece? Do I even belong here? I should leave right now. Like so triggered, you guys. So I'm working through the trigger. I'm like in my room crying. I'm like, okay, it's gonna get better. Like I just have to remember who I am. Like no worries. Everything's literally fine. I don't know why I'm so triggered. I even was like, look, let's just be friends. Like, let's just be friends. This obviously, like, there's some stuff, and like, I need to work on some stuff. You need to work on some stuff. Let's just be friends because I like this energy was so intense, and I'm sure it was so intense for him too. He hasn't told me, but I'm sure it was, and it was so intense for me that I was like, well, we need to stop right now. Like, let's just stop. I am working through my trigger. I get a really good idea for business. By the way, it's going to be awesome. So I text my friend. I'm like, hey, I've got this super cool business idea. Do you want to be involved in it? She says, oh my God, I was just dreaming that we were working together. I say, dope, let's get on a call. So we get on a call like 20 minutes later and we're talking and blah, blah. Then she goes, I haven't read your cards in a while. You haven't asked me. And I say, yeah, I haven't really needed them. Like I've been on a really good path. And then I say, but blah, blah, blah happened. And she says, perfect, let's read them now. I'm like, cool. Reads them. Exact thing that I needed to know, obviously, of course. That's why I picked her to be a teacher in this new uh, idea I have online. Then she says, you need to go release. I'm thinking in my head, oh my God, for the right? I'm thinking, I already did it, but okay. I'm like, you know what, you're right. I was super triggered. Maybe I'll just go release all this stuff. So I go and rent a car because I'm leaving town. I'm like, I gotta get out of town so I can go cry. I rent a car the next day. I drive and I can see where I need to go in my head. So I go the way I usually like I know how to go. And then I see these places where I think, and then I'm like, no, I need to go exactly where my head tells me to go. So I go, I park, I'm like nervous because I'm like, damn, like I gotta go through everything. Then I get to the beach and I sit with the water. And water is a really good tool to help you release things. Water helps the flow, water helps things move. Water is a really powerful tool, like in general, and it has its own consciousness. So, like, connecting with the water was really important for this. So, I go and I connect with the water, and I'm sitting there. All of a sudden, I start to release, and then I'm shaking. Like shaking like a fucking dog who's afraid of the thunder outside. Like just shaking, and I can feel my glutes tensing. I can feel my hands shaking, my legs are shaking, my jaw is shaking. I am shaking and bawling, like just crying, and I can feel it floating away and leaving, and I'm just having these fits where I'm shaking, like violently shaking, and then it'll stop, and then I journaled, and then again shaking. Then I like it was so intense, you guys. I was there for probably like 2.5 hours, 3 hours, and I think someone would have thought I was having like a seizure the way I was actually shaking. Not like, but like someone would have thought something was medically wrong with me the way I was just violently shaking. After this, I wrote everything down. I said, you know, what I don't want in a relationship, in a man, what I do want. Like, I actually have no desire to involve a man unless he is so worthy. Do you know what I mean? And also, like, my value doesn't depend on whether a man is in my life or not, or whether a man chooses to be with me or not, or a man chooses me in general. Like, I actually don't care, like, so deeply and so yeah, like, so deeply, I just don't give a fuck. It's crazy, it's amazing. I'm like, yeah, that dating was amazing. Going on dates, keeping myself, to myself, you know, not sharing some of those beautiful moments with that one guy was amazing. Big fan of him. But, like, some of the other dates showed me also what I don't want. So there was a lot. Like, I went on a lot of dates because whatever. And I realized what I don't want and I realized what I do want. And it was so amazing. Like, I'm actually so incredibly grateful. After I was done violently shaking, I felt like I was at home in my body. And and the most amazing thing happened is the pain here was at like a 10 before this, and it went down to like a 3. Literally went down to like a 3. Then I went and got a urine test done the next day and it said no symptoms of a UTI. And I was like, what the heck? I can't tell you that it was just me shaking and like releasing. It was also, I was taking oregano oil and this herb called bearberry. Disclaimer, if you take bearberry, if you decide to, you're only allowed to take it 5 days in a row for up to 3 weeks, and only 5 times a year because it's super hard on your liver. Or you can do 5 days, 3 cups a day, but then you have to stop because it's such a strong herb. So just FYI. And if you do take it, try and take some milk thistle after, because milk thistle helps regenerate the cells in your liver. I'm going to show you how to invoke this at home. If you feel like you need to release, this is what you can do. So we're going to have you on a yoga mat, okay? So you can sit or lay for this, whatever kind of feels comfortable, but you're going to put the block in between your legs and you're going to squeeze your knees together until you shake. So do you see how my legs are somewhat shaking? Look, like I told you, I shook violently like a leaf, so now there's not a lot of tension in there, which is super good. Not so good for this example. But I'm trying really hard. Do you see how my legs are kind of shaking? Now just squeeze and hold, and like you're basically wringing yourself out like a washcloth. Like really wring yourself out. Like look. If you don't have a block, you can use something like a pen or a highlighter and just have it here in between. And again, you're squeezing your knees together. Kind of like get a good grip on that. Oh, okay? And you're squeezing and you're trying really, really hard. If you want to lay and do it too, oh, all my bones cracked. You're here, you're laying, and you're squeezing, and you're just allowing yourself to really flow with whatever is coming up, right? Like the point is to shake and cry. If you're like, oh, I can't cry. No, 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 no. Cry. Cry, my baby. Cry. Cry it all out. You want to cry, so you want to be here and you want to be like, what the fuck? This is what you want, okay? Really, this was me for like 3 hours, okay? So you want to be like, oh, I just want to let it go. I want to release it. And the best part about this is you can have a journal and you can go, okay, great. And what I did in my journal actually was I took my journal and I wrote something that happened. So like triggered by intimacy. I wrote it down and then I put a line through it. There is someone who will make me feel safe and loved. I allow myself to be seen. I allow myself to be known, right? And then while I'm still working this out, I said what I absolutely need, okay? Like what I am not attracted to, what I don't want. Then I wrote what I do want and what I like. And then, you guys, then I just drew myself and like how I see myself. I see myself super happy with the sun, with lots of money, with some homes by the sea, with a dog and a cat and a car and writing books. Educating, being a teacher. That's me. That's how I see myself. Wealthy, happy, sun, sea, books, car, vibes, right? And then this is how I see the business that I'm building right now, True Alchemy Academy, as you can go online and like look at it. This is the new idea. So it's like teachers, and this is how I see the students like growing and learning and expanding. It kind of looks like neurons. Like if you actually look at how your brain fires neurons, and it was such a spiritual experience because it was like 2 days before that, I was so triggered. And honestly, you guys, the trigger was so crazy that I had a nightmare the night of the trigger. Like I had an actual nightmare. And then for the next 2 days, I was like tripping. So I needed to do this like so badly because now I was out the other day. I went out and some things that usually like make me feel unsafe in my body or make me feel like anxious or overwhelmed, I felt none of that. I was like, I felt nothing. I don't even feel shy anymore. Sometimes I feel shy to speak Greek. The last few days I've been like, oh, like it's fucking natural to me. I'm like, oh, yasas, kalimera, ne, oshi, δεν θέλω να πάω. Yeah, ne. Like, it's so amazing. I don't know, you guys. First of all, I definitely think that going into nature and like healing is top tier. You can never, ever, ever beat it because nature is its own energy. Nature is its own spirit. Nature has multiple levels of beings ready to assist you in your healing journey. Number one. Number two, we are nature. Duh. But if you can't make it and you need to do it tonight and you have a pen at home, a fucking pen, put it, or you don't even want to use a pen, use your fist and squeeze. Squeeze your fist in between your knees. Just squeeze. And you'll feel it here and here, and it'll be really healing for you. So I hope that this really helps. I genuinely want to know if it does. Comment and tell me what happened. And okay, not all the details. You don't have to be as open as I am for strangers on the internet. But you can say, yeah, it worked. No, it didn't. Do you have any advice? Like, I'd be so happy to help you on this journey because it's so beautiful to heal. So guys, give this video a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel because honestly, I'm going to be talking about stuff like this all the time. If you want to get in on the school, it is now live. So you can get in on the school. It's €9.99 a month, $14.97 Canadian. I don't know USD, I'm sorry, probably like 12 something, a weird number, maybe 11, I'm not sure. School is specifically just learning through me. So I am the teacher in the school and I've uploaded a bunch of PDFs from different people and such like this. Now, the next thing that's launching is going to give you access to a bunch of different teachers that are people we can hang out with, connect with from all over the world. And it's going to be really cool. This is launching in April or May. hopefully April. Keep our fingers crossed, and I will tell you more about it later. Have a good rest of your day. I hope you guys really like this exercise and you try it at home. Bye.